Obviously, you had an interest in the fight over at the Matchroom HQ. Dillian Whyte against Povetkin. Whyte has been mentioning your name a lot in the build-up. You were very much used sort of in a lot of the promotional thing, and Povetkin was meant to be the last step towards getting to you. So what was your reaction yesterday to seeing him knocked out?
You know, the thing is with boxing, it's one of those things, and I've been there. You know, when you need to scream and shout, and you use whatever you can to try and get these big fights, try and get these big paydays, and that. So I don't blame Dillian Whyte for it. It's a boxing match, and you know he obviously wants to fight the best out there. So he was going on banging his drum about fighting me, but you know, heavyweight boxing is a very dangerous sport, and it can all be over for you in one click of a second, as we've seen last night. It was what it was, you know. All these boxers like the Joshuas, the Whites, the Chisoras, the Povetkins, all them people are around about on the same similar level. I see them as like 4, 5s, and 6s all mixing together, and at any given time they can take each other out. As you've seen with Chisora and White and Takam and Baby Mill, all these guys round about the same kind of thing. And on any given night, they can all have victories over each other, and that's heavyweight boxing. But as for Dillian Whyte getting knocked out, it was what it was. Regroup back to the drawing board, and it just shows you what level they're at. You know, Povetkin's 40 years old, fit and an inspiration for men at that age. It was a good fight. You know, I enjoyed it.
Obviously, the result, it takes away, what's the best way of putting it? It takes away a hurdle for the AJ Fury fight. There's already, obviously Wilder 3. AJ's got his fight against Pulev. There's already enough in the way, and I think if Whyte had won, there was an extra thing with the WBC. So are you pleased to have that sort of list of things in the way of that super fight reduced a little bit?
You know, not really, because they can't force me to do anything. I'm what you call the big dog in the game. I run the game. Yeah. So no matter who sanctions what or tries to force me to do anything, the man who has the decision on what I'm going to do is Big Daddy Mac here, me, the Gypsy King. So it doesn't matter what someone says, oh, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. If I want to dance to the music, I will. And if I don't want to, then I change the channel. Because I put on what I want to put on and what I want to listen to and do. You know, so it doesn't really matter who says what says what. You know, as fighters, we just want to fight whoever's the big fights out there. We want to put the big fights on. I know Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and all that were trying to protect Joshua by not letting him fight me and trying to put a hurdle in the way with Dillian Whyte. And if you don't fight Dillian Whyte, you and Joshua won't fight. But the fact of the matter is, I don't need any of their fighters. They need me. You know, I'm the only undefeated world heavyweight champion that's left out there. All the rest have fell by the wayside and been chinned and knocked out and stopped and battered. So, you know, they need me. I'm a standalone Gypsy King giant, ruling the division, ruling the roost. So, you know, I don't need any of them. I don't need any of their money. I don't need what they can bring to the table. But, you know, for the fans, you want the biggest fights possible. And the biggest fight out there now is me and Joshua. So, you know, let's make it happen. Stop running away. Stop making excuses. Put your nuts in your handbag and let's get to fight. You know, it is what it is. It's a boxing match. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. They've got nothing to lose. They've already been knocked out and beat. I'm the only one who's got something to lose. That big zero that I'm carrying around with me. So, you know, but I don't overlook people. As you've seen last night, you overlook fighters, you bang on about other fights, you get chinned. For me, I just want to concentrate on Deontay Wilder, the most dangerous fighter on the planet history's ever had. Get past that first. That's the only thing I'm looking at. The other fights I don't really care about at the moment. Not interested that much. Because I know Deontay Wilder is the most dangerous heavyweight out there, by far.
And where do you think that fight's going to happen now? It looks more and more likely that, you know, boxing is going to continue behind closed doors for a while. And you've said a million times you'll have a fight, you know, wherever. You'll have a fight in a back garden or a car park or whatever. You don't really care. Where do you think that will end up being?
Well, I'm not too sure because the way things going on with the world pandemic, I don't know what's happening. But I know they're looking at like Las Vegas, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, China. they're looking at some places. So the promoters, they get paid to do a job of promoting a fight in certain regions. So let's see if all the guys put their heads together and see if they can make the fight. There's enough of them doing it. They're all putting their minds together to make it work, and I'm sure they'll do a good job.